And good evening, Savannah and the Low Country, even the Coastal Empire, if you want to include them. It's the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, once again live on the Coach's Corner Sports Network, right here in the Soundgarden stage, on the stage at Coach's Corner. You know why? Because it's on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. Yes, I'm Karl DeMasi. It's October 2nd, 2024, Wednesday night, doing my show, okay? Remember, Coach's Corner has two shows on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. We got, of course, Rubbin' and Grubbin', which went on early today about 5 o'clock. Check it out. Go to YouTube, Rubbin' and Grubbin' with the Atlanta man, Brandon Bain, and, of course, the producer, Lawrence Bennett. Great show. All things NASCAR. He does a great job, and he knows his sports, okay? And then, of course, yours truly, the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, every Wednesday night from about 7 to about 8 o'clock. So a lot going on. No PowerPoint today because I really didn't have a chance this week. I just got back from Detroit. Congratulations to my son, Russell DeMasi, the real Coach DeMasi. Had his first child on Monday. We flew up to see the baby girl, and I'll tell you right now, nothing better than having a grandchild. Grandchild number 2. Number 1 went to Dominic and Tyler DeMasi, Dax Christian DeMasi, a boy, and grandchild number 2 goes to Russell DeMasi and Kate DeMasi, Cameron Bailey DeMasi. So busy week. So great show lined up. Like I say every week, we have, of course, we're going to start it off this week like we did last week with the Weatherton Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week. This young man has been making a name for himself on Savannah Junior Golf, First Tee Golf, high school golf, you name it, he was doing it. And he got selected to go play at the First Tee Pure Insurance Pro-Am out in Pebble Beach in California. It's on my bucket list. Kid's only 17 years old. Got to play with a local Savannah, Tim O'Neill. We're going to talk first about 710 to the man himself, Quentin Brooks. Can't wait to talk to him from the First Tee. Great honor, great privilege. I watched this kid grow from the Savannah Junior Golf Association to now First Tee, and then has a little college offer too, so we'll talk to him about that. All right, then my second guest, hopefully about 7:25. I know he's got to get in and he's got to get out, but the voice of Georgia high school football from the Georgia Public Broadcasting Sports Department, Jon Nelson. We're going to talk about first half of the season, how much Hurricane Helene has wreaked havoc in the state of Georgia, Georgia high schools, response to it, and then, of course, what's going to happen in the second part. There's 3 parts of the season. There's the preseason, or the regular season, the preseason, then the region season, and then, of course, the playoffs. We'll get to him. He'll straighten out on all those 3 parts. So that happened about 7:25. As far as what news is going on, man, oh, man, everything is just all over the place. Football games canceled. Football games been rescheduled. Georgia High School State Association adding an extra week to the season, pushing the playoffs back. And this week is what we got. Yes, Hurricane Helene has taken a toll on this week's schedule too. This is the only PowerPoint slide I got up there. So you're looking for a game Friday night. Tift County is at Richmond Hill. This was supposed to be played last week. Richmond Hill plays in that 6A Region 1. They just moved everything back a week. So you want to catch a game, 7 o'clock, go up to the Hill, catch Tift County at Richmond Hill. Brunswick at Bradwell postponed. South Effingham at Greenbrier postponed. Benedictine is still going to travel to Warner Robins, play at 7:30. Ware County at New Hampstead postponed. Beach and Islands postponed. Calvary at Long County postponed. Groves at Bullock County postponed. Windsor Forest at Jakin postponed. Liberty County at Johnson postponed. Savannah Christian and Savannah Country Day will go at it at Saunders Field on Friday night. Bryan County will travel to Screven County. Savannah High will not play ECI postponed. In the Georgia Independent Athletic Association, in 11-man football, Harvest Community is coming to St. Andrews, 7 o'clock start. Memorial Day School is 8-man football is going to Crisp Academy. In Skeeza, Buford Academy is coming to Bethesda. The Blazers will host Buford Academy at Daffin Park. And in 8-man football, they moved it to Saturday. Coastal Homeschool was supposed to play home at Henderson Park in Richmond Hill, but Carolina Wildcats couldn't come down here, 8-man football, so they switched. So Coastal Homeschool is going to play 12 noon at in, I think, Columbia, South Carolina against Carolina Wildcats. So that's the schedule. All right, so I got about 5 minutes before I get my guest on here. So we'll talk a little bit more. I'll get me on and remove this. I'll keep this up till I'm done talking. So if you want to look at this week's schedule, you can. Rankings, softball, volleyball, all messed up. No John Carr, Seaport Real Estate Softball Player of the Week, so you could still nominate one once we get going. No volleyball this week, so you could still nominate your Donato's Volleyball Player of the Week. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go to the prepsportsreport.com, click on the sports, go to softball, go to volleyball, and you can see the articles, and the nomination form is in there. So check it out. Same school still ranked. So Savannah Christian, Savannah Arts Academy, Savannah St. Vincent's in volleyball, softball, South Effingham and Effingham. So go check it out. Once again, step 2 in the door, college football. Georgia Tech had a bye week. They'll be at Duke, 5-0, undefeated Duke at 8 o'clock on Saturday night. Georgia State has a bye after losing to Georgia Southern last week, 38-21. Georgia, heartbreaker, lost to Alabama, 44-34. Just telling you right now, just a heartbreaker. There's a lot that went into it, but they'll take on Auburn at 3:30 in Athens this week. Georgia Southern beat Georgia State. They take on Marshall in 2 weeks. Savannah State went out. Now, Savannah State was supposed to play home. They were supposed to rededicate the field. New turf, beautiful turf, but what happened was there was no power. So the SEAC, the Southern Intercollegiate Athletic Conference, told Savannah State they got to go to Fort Valley State and play. And they did, and they lost 30-0. All right, quickly, pro sports, step 3, Braves got to win tonight. They lost 4-0 last night. They got Max Fried on the mound tonight. 8:30 out there in San Diego, taking on the Padres. Falcons, 2-2, beat the Saints on the last minute, 58. Young Wei Koo field goal with 2 seconds left in the game. They host Tampa Bay tomorrow night at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. PGA News, Brian Harmon was on the President Cup that beat the international team. Tim O'Neill had a great event, who was my next guest partner at the Pure Insurance Championship. He tied for 14th at 6 under. This week, him and Gene Sowers are at the Constellation Furyk and Friends tournament in Jacksonville, Florida. Okay, Savannah Bananas finished last weekend, was at Grayson Stadium. Savannah Bananas took 2 out of 3. Tomorrow, draft night. That's right. If you didn't watch draft night last night, watch it this tomorrow night. Go to the YouTube channel, the Bananas channel. It's going to be some crazy announcements, just like they did last year. Check it out. If you can't get there, you couldn't get a ticket to Grayson Stadium, it'll be on YouTube. Then they have one series left at Lone Depot Park, home of the Florida Marlins. After they finish that series, they get on a boat, and it's Banana Land at sea. This note shows this weekend here on Soundgarden, October 12th. We got Excitable, Def Leppard tribute band, High Energy. Come check it out. Tickets on Eventbrite. You got to get here. Then on Friday night, October 18th, we have a CD release party, Dead Circle, with special guest, the Gary Bird Band, 7 p.m. Come check it out. All right? So we got 7:08 on the clock. I got 3 minutes to thank my sponsors. Then we're coming back with this week's Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week from the first tee of Savannah. Got to play at Pebble Beach, Quentin Brooks. He's also a senior at Bethesda Academy. Hey, stay tuned. You're listening to Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. 3 minutes, Quentin. We'll be right back.
Hey, sports fans, looking for the ultimate sports and entertainment destination in Savannah, Georgia? Look no further than Coach's Corner. At Coach's Corner, you'll find everything you need for a great time, including TVs everywhere, so you can catch all the latest sporting events, an outdoor seating area, perfect for enjoying a drink or a meal on a warm day, a wide array of drink options from beers to cocktails, a comprehensive sports schedule so you can cheer on your favorite teams year-round, prompt service even when it's crowded, a fun and lively atmosphere perfect for letting loose with your friends, and of course, delicious food, from famous chicken wings, hamburgers, to delectable calzones and pizzas. Coach's Corner menu is sure to satisfy your cravings. In addition to all this, Coach's Corner also features an upgraded sound garden, now with more seats, more bars, and an upgraded sound system. It's the perfect spot for hundreds of fans to gather and enjoy the latest local bands, tribute acts, and rising stars. So what are you waiting for? Join us at Coach's Corner for the ultimate sports, music, and culinary experience. Coach's Corner can't wait to see you soon. Remember, Coach's Corner is located at 3016 Victory Drive, right in Thunderbolt, Georgia, and on the World Wide Web at coaches.net. Remember, Coach's Corner, where every day is game day.
Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary Day School, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ at Calvary Day School. We would consider it a privilege to meet with you and your family personally. Call Alicia Bain,
Director of Admissions at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
Yo, you still want some real New York Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road, Tuesday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., serving breakfast and lunch right here in Savannah, Georgia. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering has been serving the public for over 3 years. Now, if you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered to your door, go online to SavannahTakeout.com or DoorDash.com, or just pick up the phone and call 912-354-2914. That's right, 912-354-2914. Kabish, and remember, we ain't New York style. We are New York at Rocky's New York Deli and Italian.
Weatherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room? If you can. At the Weatherton Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Weatherton Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Weatherington at the Weatherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And welcome back to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network, right here on the Soundgarden stage at the center of the sports universe, Coach's Corner, Thunderbolt Drive in Savannah, Georgia, or Thunderbolt. No, it's on Victory Drive in Thunderbolt. Okay, so we'll go from there. So I want to get this next guest on. He's been waiting patiently. We pushed it up 5 minutes because our other guest has to come on early. But you know what? I'm excited to have the guest on. And this is one of my favorite parts of the show. Okay, he grew up. He's Savannian himself, grew up playing the Savannah Junior Golf League. Oh, they got the teepee out front. They got the horn going. Okay, tradition here at Coach's Corner, put the TV up, and you got the truck horn. When someone passes, you blow it. Okay, he's a senior now at Bethesda Academy. He's been a big member, big participant for the first tee of Savannah. He just does a great job, and I'm glad I met him 4 years ago at Bacon Park. He won a big tournament this summer. I got to watch him do it at the Savannah Golf Club out there on President Street. So he's making waves. He's chipping it in the golf world. He also received an offer from Savannah State, and let's see what he does when he makes a decision where he's going to college. So now joining me now on the Coach's Corner hot seat, this week's Weatherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week from First Tee Savannah, Quentin Brooks. What's up, Quentin?
How you doing, Mr. DeMasi?
Hey, you know, I'm having fun. I'm talking to kids like you. I'm taking pictures of kids like you. There's nothing better than talking to young kids that have made a splash in the sports world here in Savannah, Georgia. But first of all, congratulations, playing at Pebble Beach, everybody's lifelong dream, one of the best golf courses here in the United States. And you represented, as you say, repping. I don't know what they guys call it. I don't know if you can do that with your golf T-shirt. You know, you pull it out. You know what I mean? So, yeah, you went out there and played Pebble Beach in the Pure Insurance First Tee tournament. Your sponsor or your pro was another Savannian, Johnson High School, graduated from Johnson High School, went to Jackson State. Now he's playing on the PGA Champions Tour. He's traveled a lot of miles to get on a PGA Tour, and that's, of course, Tim O'Neill. But once again, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right, so let's get down to the nitty-gritty, okay? So were you surprised when they had that announcement party that you were selected to represent the First Tee from Savannah out there at the Pure Insurance First Tee golf tournament?
Yeah, I mean, it was honestly surprising to me because I didn't know if I was going to get in or not. You know, there's a lot of great kids out there, and that's a part of the First Tee, and I'm just blessed and honored to be able to be one of them that wanted to go show my talents out there at Pebble Beach. Well, I've watched you grow, and your talent has really risen, and like I said before, we'll talk about college in a couple of minutes, but tell everybody how long you've been playing golf. How has it been playing with the First Tee help shape your golf game, or the Savannah Junior Golf, which is now incorporated in the First Tee? Tell us about it. When did you start playing golf, and how has it helped you as a golfer? Well, I started playing golf when I was 9, so around 2016. So, I mean, the First Tee, it's just been there from the beginning. I started with the First Tee, and I just wanted to learn a new sport, just try something new because I was playing football at the time. And I mean, First Tee was kind of like my first love with golf. And ever since then, I just stuck with it. And if it wasn't for the first tee, I wouldn't be playing golf. So, yeah, I'm just thankful.
Now, you just said you've been playing it for a long time. I met you when you were playing with the Savannah Junior Golf League and back and forth with the first tee. So you got your taste of golf through the first tee. What specific, because we know first tee has like 7 principles that you go by. What specific life skills have you learned through the program that has helped you become a better golfer and a better person?
Yeah, I mean, integrity is probably the biggest one for me because, it's only me out there on the golf course, and I'm sticking up for myself. I'm the one that's kind of like saying things about myself, because I just got to make sure I do the right thing and, just do the right thing, make sure I don't cheat myself out and don't cheat my other playing partners out of the game that we love to play.
Oh, you mean you don't get extra mulligans?
No.
So that's a big thing too. So, hey, but people are watching. I want to let you know, and they didn't put their name in here, but the first tee of Savannah is watching you, buddy.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool, though. All right. So you got to play with another Savannian, another long lifer. The guy persevered, graduated from Johnson High School, played at Jackson State, played a lot of the mini tours. Finally turns 50. He makes it onto the PGA Champions Tour, and that's, of course, I'm talking about Tim O'Neill. So at Pebble Beach, you got to work with him. How excited were you about the opportunity to play with another guy from Savannah, and what were you hoping to learn from him? Even though you told me, if you watch the video, you outdrive him, which, you go 170 yards, he goes 171, right?
Right. Yeah, it was like we were kind of joking about that too, because I was like, I know I can't outdrive you, I know I can't do that stuff, but I'm working towards it, and he just gave me some tips on how to get better with my game. We were kind of just trying to calm down. He was trying to get me to calm down, relax, have fun, because we're just there to have fun, have a good time. Because I was a little nervous going there at first with all the big stars and seeing all the PGA Tour pros, and him just calming me down, making sure I was all right, making sure I played my game. And, he played pretty good. So it kind of helped me out, settle down a little bit.
Nice. And, when you found out it was Tim O'Neill from Savannah, that make you a little more less nervous?
I wouldn't say less nervous because, I was trying to say I can play a little golf too, So it's I was trying to show him that I was pretty good at golf too. But I think he kind of helped me out with that. And, we talked before we went there, before I arrived at Pebble Beach. So just to make sure we was all good and stuff. So, it wasn't a lot of pressure, but it was some there. I felt it.
All right. And we got another person checking in here. Jennifer Kelly Duclos, such an amazing young man. Hey, everybody's watching here, buddy. So, all right. Now, Pebble Beach. If you know anything about golf, Pebble Beach is one of the golf courses that was made famous a long time ago along the coast of California. So playing at such a world-famous golf course, it's a dream of many golfers. What does it mean to you personally that you got that chance?
I'm just blessed to be able to do that. That was a bucket list course for me. So, to go all the way out to California, I've never been that far away from home. So, to go out to California, play a top course in the whole entire world, I'm just blessed and honored to be able to do that. There's a lot of kids out there that really want to play a course like that, and I'm just lucky enough to be one of them.
And if you're tuning in, you're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. We're at the Weatherton Chiropractic Clinic Athlete Week with first tee golfer, Bethesda Academy senior Quentin Brooks. Just played out on the first tee Pro-Am Pure Insurance Championship golf tournament. So it's just exciting. And the young man from Savannah can go all the way out there. And played with another Savannian, so pretty special. Now, of course, the guy that's helping you tonight, and he's helping you all the way along, Savannah's CEO, First Tee Savannah CEO, John Parker, says you have a lot of hard work and dedication, and, you live by the First Tee standards. How important is to get recognized by the guy that's in charge of the whole thing and by the community, and how has it helped you continue to develop your game?
Yeah, for him to be able to see, even on the days that I'm not playing good, him to see the bright spots when I don't, I mean, it's pretty nice because I'm not always looking at the good shots. I'm looking at the bad shots. But for him to see me growing, see me getting better, it really means a lot to me. And I mean, I'm just happy that he's by my side and on my team.
Well, your family supported you all the way through this too, right?
Yes.
So what role has your family played in you succeeding in the world of golf at such a young age?
Well, I mean, my parents played a huge part in this because, like, they played sports when they were younger. They know the commitment. They know the time it takes outside of golf, what I have to do outside of golf to keep up with school. And they drive me to tournaments, take me to practices, I mean, get me on plane rides to go to California, So, I mean, it's a big part that they play. And I'm just thankful to have such blessing and loving parents like I have.
Yeah, behind every great athlete, great student, great kid, great parent. So you got to thank the good Lord. Okay. So
Yes.
Now you're attending Bethesda Academy. It's a big part of your life right now. How has your experience at Bethesda Academy helped you grow both on and off the golf course?
I mean, just Bethesda Academy helped me grow in my following Christ, get me closer to God, get me closer to where I know I can. It's timing for me. It's not really where I am right now. It's about where I can be in the future. So I just got to take my time, get back to where I know and what I need to do. And it also helped my leadership at Bethesda and, just me helping around the classroom or like me picking up trash around the campus and stuff. I mean, that's really what's been helping me.
Hey, you got a great role model there in Coach Antoine Turner. You ain't going to meet no better person than Coach Turner.
No, I'm not.
So, all right. So let's go to the other side I talked about earlier in the introduction. You've been offered a chance to play college golf at Savannah State. Are there any other colleges, and how has the Pure Insurance Championship and your involvement with First Tee contributed to this opportunity?
I mean, it's been a blessing, to be honest with you. Just like the people, the relationships that I've been getting. Like you said, me talking to Coach Miller, it was amazing talking to him. Me talking to some other coaches. I mean, just me learning what I can do and get better and where I need to be at for me to play at the next level is amazing.
Nice. Okay, now you were once that little young golfer that learned at the First Tee. Okay, what advice would you give other young golfers who are just starting out in programs like the First Tee and looking to follow in your footsteps? What would you tell them to do? How would you let them know which way to go?
I'd probably just tell them just to have fun. Golf isn't always going to be a fun sport for you. It's going to be stressful sometimes, especially when you get older and start playing tournaments. I'll just say have fun. Talk to your peers. Find new friends. I mean, I made some nice friends that I can play golf with on the golf course. That's what makes probably practice fun for me, when I can just go out there, just listen to music, play with my friends, not care that much. I mean, that means a lot to me. And probably stick with it. It might not be as fun when you're younger, but like when you get older, you be thanking a lot of people for it. So just stick with it.
Hey, we got another comment here for you, buddy. Lydia and Dream are watching.
Hey, guys.
You're doing a great job. Don't worry about them. It's like hitting the ball to the left. It'll always come back to the right, and someday it'll go straight, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
All right. So what does your future look like in golf? We mentioned Savannah State. Any other colleges? What does the future look like?
Yeah, as of right now, just talking to a couple colleges. I mean, just trying to figure out like what's the best plan for me. I mean, the goal is always to play college golf, just to see how far I can go with that. If I can go pro and maybe play some pro tournaments and stuff, that'll always be ideal. But like, if I can't, I mean, maybe down the line, be like a coach at a high school or something like that, teach the younger generation. That would be amazing.
Nice. Hey, these people are popping in with these comments. You know this lady, Trina Kid Turner. Great job, Quentin. Keep it up.
Hey, auntie.
So they're checking in on you. Okay, last question. So looking at you back at your journey from starting with First Tee to now playing at Pebble Beach and a college offer, what has this entire experience taught you about yourself, and how do you hope to use these lessons in your future, both on and at the end of your career?
I mean, I guess the main thing is probably stuff happens, life changes. Nothing is like when younger me was saying that you'd be trying to play golf in college, he would be like, "Where's football at?" You know. So like it's changes no matter what. So I mean, probably just trying to find out like where the things match up, because like whenever I was young, I was playing football and I was trying to play golf and I was trying to play basketball. I was playing all these sports, and now I'm just playing golf. I mean, just like trying to figure out which way life's trying to lead you, and then try to help other people with it. That's probably the main thing.
All right, one more comment before I let you go, and this is from Jason Kidd. Let's go, QB.
Thank you.
So when you played football, you were a quarterback, eh?
No, I was not a quarterback. I played defense. I like hitting people.
Well, Quentin, congratulations getting out there to represent First Tee Savannah at Pebble Beach. A lot of people knew about it. You haven't got on the Prep Sports Report. You were on TV, and just a great job. We got to do a follow-up on it, but you're making us proud. Can't wait to see what else comes as far as scholarships or college offers. Just keep it up. Hey, this is going. Here's another one. Attaboy, Q. Do your thing.
Thank you.
But congratulations again. Great job. And that's why you're this week's Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week. Proud of you, buddy. I'll see you around the golf courses.
Yes, sir.
Hey, enjoy your senior year, too.
Yes, sir, I will.
And tell John over there, I appreciate all the help.
All right, I will.
Have a good one. Take care. Just a great kid. I mean, I met him, like I said, at Savannah Junior Golf. You could tell he was poised, very respectful, had some skills, and now to get a chance to go play, at Pebble Beach is something amazing. And I know he can't see this. I don't know if he's still listening, but we got a James Brooks came in and said, "Thanks, Karl. Great job, son." So I appreciate you checking in here. No commercial break here because I know this man's got to go kick the football. That's not the American football. That's the European football. But he does a great job. I mean, he's been on here a number of times. I mean, what do you want me to tell you? He's a seasoned vet, over 30 years experience, and you got to watch his show. Let me get it straight because I know I got Haddon Gooden straight. That's his partner finally, okay? Football Fridays in Georgia. He's the sideline correspondent. He does the championship games. You name it, he does it because you know what? He's the voice of Georgia high school football. Joining me now live from the ATL is the man himself, Jon Nelson. What's up, John?
What's going on, partner? Here inside Mercedes-Benz Stadium, getting ready for Atlanta United and CF Montreal coming up at 7:40.
So what's your job description, quick, that you're with the Atlanta United?
In halftime co-anchor, really. It's like doing a sportscast with my buddy Joe Fryhofer, and we get to kind of tell the story of the first 45 minutes, get everybody set, and do a little reporting on the side with it, and get everybody previewed for what they need to know as they walk in the building. So jack of all trades and anchor at the half. How about that?
Hey, you've been all over the place. 5 books, world championships, Olympics, you name it, you've done it. But Patty still controls you. That's all I got to say.
That is absolutely true.
When the boss says do it, you do it.
Yeah, well, I'll full disclosure, Coach. I'll tell you something real quick.
Go ahead.
That's a $20 fine.
Wow.
I forgot something today. It's a $20 fine. I left that at home. So, yeah, at the end of the season, we donate it to a charity at the end of the year. But yeah, you leave the house without the rock on. It's a $20 fine.
You mean this thing? Let me get the camera. Yeah, I got mine on. So anyway,
that's fine in the DeMasi household. It is, however, a fine in the Nelson household. 35
years, buddy. It's been on my fingers. So okay. 4 questions quick, because I know you got to go. So we're going to go 4 quarters with Jon Nelson. So as we each reach, what are the 3 parts of the season we call it again?
Season 1, season 2, and season 3.
All right. So we're getting into season 2. Okay. We're halfway through. Some teams are over halfway through. So as we say, it's the second part of the season. What are some of the biggest surprises or standout teams that you've seen so far? And that Class 6, Region 1, what are there, 4 teams, 5-0?
Yeah, well, I mean, you had Camden play their non-region schedule against all Florida opponents, so they haven't been tested against Georgia opponents, and they won't be until region play. So that's one of the things I'll be looking forward to seeing. How does Hurricane Helene and all of her aftermath, how does that affect everything going on? We already know that everything's been pushed back a week when it comes to playoffs and regular season and such, so the Thanksgiving week that we all thought we had no longer exists. How do teams? I mean, the Lee County Coffee game has been pushed back a week. That came out late this afternoon. So just as a activity in 1-5A that you got to keep an eye on. The surprises and good storylines. Obviously, Toombs for me is a good storyline. Savannah Christian's a great storyline. You're seeing what Richmond Hill has been able to do so far this season. That's a great storyline there on the coast. How many points can New Hampstead put up in 48 minutes? It's a point per minute offense with Kyle Hockman the other day against Perry. And Perry put up, was it 80? I think it was just an insane number there. Sumter County is another great storyline for me early on, undefeated 5-0. Dalton is a storyline with a very young team that I'm keeping an eye on because they're struggling out of the blocks. They started out 0-4, and that's unheard of for teams in that particular part of the state in Northwest Georgia, Northwest Whitfield. Speaking of that part of the state, out of the blocks at 5-0. So those are just some early ones. You see what's going on with a lot of teams, and we talk about season one. And what is our caveat? That if the number to the right of the dash is bigger than the number to the left of the dash, and you haven't played a region game yet, don't worry about it, because this is when you make your hay. You make your hay in season two. And when you get into season two, that's what you're focused on. You're focused on testing yourself to get you ready for season two. That's where we are right now. That's just a couple of storylines that are barely scratching the surface this year.
Well, talk to John Ford. That's his motto. Let's play those 5 tough games and see what you do. And if the number is larger on the right, I don't care. It's going to be the end of the season. That really matters. And then, hey, Danny Britton, Benedictine, off to a 2-2 start, losing a game, now getting a game pushed back. I mean, you just can't worry about it. Region season. And, they'll open up region with Warner Robins this weekend.
Crazy. And I think that if my school and the boss's school just only played Benedictine quarterbacks, I think all of our problems would be solved on the collegiate level anyway.
I hear you. Okay. All right. And you mentioned it. Question number 2. All right. With Hurricane Helene impacting several parts of Georgia, how has high school football teams adapted to this disruptions, and how might this affect the momentum moving forward?
That's going to be the tough one. I think that is an open-ended question that has no real answer yet. And I think legitimately it's going to be a team-by-team and a case-by-case basis as we go. You're an awesome human being.
Thank you. Would they get you a hot dog?
Yeah, well, it's one of our better halves here in the office, Jordan. He's getting us prepped for halftime. Got to have stuff to write on. I got stuff to write with. I didn't have anything to write on, and I throw things at cameras and try to give the camera paper cuts. But no, I think that's the big question. I mean, in catching up with a guy like Matt Burleson at Telfair, catching up with Lance Helton at Jeff Davis, and Hazelhurst, my heart just sank. My stomach, I had a pit in my stomach that I haven't had in a long time. Seeing all of the video that came out of Hazelhurst with everything going on there at Jeff Davis, caught up with Lance Helton yesterday, caught up with Matt Burleson yesterday on Facebook Messenger. That's the only way that they can do things these days. And, Ryan Herring down at Pierce, a lot of folks are reaching out outside of high school communities to help out these high schools, help out these student athletes. Legitimately, Coach, I think it's going to be a case-by-case basis as to how folks are affected, because you've got schools right now and teams that can't get in touch with all their student athletes. And I think that that's going to be part of the story going forward.
I mean, talking about surprise teams, Long County. I mean, They were supposed to take on Calvary Friday night. That game's been pushed out. Coach Feaster, is that right? I got it right, Coach Feaster. Did I say that right?
The blue tide of Long County and the bustling metropolis of Ludowici.
And a lot of damage in that area, too. So it's really unbelievable. Okay, question number 3. All right. What challenges do you think coaches and players face when rescheduling these games due to weather events like Hurricane Helene, especially in terms of preparation and recovery? Like Chatham County Public Schools, no practice, nothing all week. They canceled the whole slate of games. So what's your outlook on that? And, you talked to Dr. Tim Scott and, of course, the great Dr. Robert Hines, who's a consultant now. I'm glad he's staying on to do that. But tell us what your aspect about this is and what they had to say.
I mean, it's just, first off, subtle plug. Go to gpb.org and the Football Fridays in Georgia podcast with me and Hannah, where we caught up with Dr. Scott and Dr. Hines about this whole thing.
I did. I watched the whole thing.
And I mean, it's just, it literally, you want, and this is going to be, I think, one of the bigger challenges. We talked about other challenges that have confronted coaches over the last couple of years. And this is going to be another one of those where coaches learn a lot about themselves. Administrators learn a lot about themselves. Student athletes learn a lot about themselves and how they all handle this kind of a situation, because you could be a team that plays 2 games in 5 days. You could be a team that plays 1 in 11 or 12. And it's how coaching staffs navigate the possibility of not having any tape on an opponent. You have to go back and be imaginative and trying to figure out how you're going to game plan, how you're going to have your own game plan, because really, I mean, if you don't have power, how are you going to practice? How are you going to watch tape? How are you going to navigate and try and figure out what your opponents are? I mean, literally, there's a lot of different aspects to this that we don't necessarily think about until we're, staring a crisis right in the face. And this is crisis management, first and foremost, making sure that you can account for all your student athletes, make sure that you're healthy. And then the game is down the road. I mean, the game is like 19th on the list of everything that's there. And so I think that's going to be the tough part in all of this.
And, just thinking about it, I mean, I think it was 2016 was the hurricane that came through. It started with a knee, didn't it?
I mean, you had a couple that went up the coast, because I did stories and I went down to go see Rocky Hidalgo and his staff at Glen Academy, and, homes that are just absolutely flooded out, and coaching staffs that are having to try to figure out with young families how to navigate all that kind of stuff. I mean, it's rough and one of the things that I would caution and remind everybody is that you're dealing with human beings first. You're dealing with families first. And I know that we all love sport, and I know that we all love what it means to our communities and all these kinds of things. And Lance Helton made the point to me is that we need football back because of what it means as a unifier to these communities. But first and foremost, you got to make sure everybody's okay.
Everybody's safe.
And then, make sure that everyone that is in your atmosphere and that is in your sphere is accounted for, and that you're okay to move forward first and foremost. Because I saw some of the video coming out of Jeff Davis, and it's just, man, that is levels of stuff that I don't think any of us have seen in quite some time.
What about Lovett and Wesleyan? Seeing those pictures on social media?
I mean, because when you're right next to the Chattahoochee River and Nancy Creek, it's understood. Yeah, I mean, I've yet to find any kind of solutions where Lovett and Westminster are concerned. Marist has some lower fields that are flooded as well, but no, we'll find out. But caveat emptor, as they say. That's Latin for buyer beware. When you're next to a creek, sometimes this stuff happens. Okay, and I got to throw one comment on here. Ken Slatz is watching you. Nelson is a rock star. Love you, Slats. Thanks for all the kind words, my friend. And I know that Slats has got a new gig going on, and it's great to see what Slats is up to these days. I'll make it quick. He does the WSAV Friday Night Blitz. He's one of the cameramen that go around the stadium. So, all right, last question. I got 2-minute drill here, and you got to get out of here because it's almost 7:40. All right, So looking at the third season, let's look at the second half of the season before we get to the third season. Which matchups are you most intrigued about besides the schedule forcing these matchups to mean a lot towards the end of the season? Well, I mean, all of them, duh. But I mean, we had a matchup that was supposed to be on our air Friday and then again on Monday. They got pushed back twice for various reasons. One was Helene, and then one was the biolab accident in Rockdale County. You're going to have all these games that are going to be slid back, that are going to be deciding region titles in the last week of the season that was supposed to be week 1 of the playoffs. I mean, you're going to have now the Grayson Newton game that's going to be slid to the end of the schedule. And that one's probably going to decide a region championship unless somebody stumbles between that point of view. And so I think all of these games that got skipped and have rolled over to the end of things, I think we got to keep an eye on those just for starters. But all the games, duh. Yeah. And, I was looking forward to the Calvary-Long County this week. That's pushed to the last week of the season. So it's going to be pretty interesting how that goes, because Jenkins took Calvary to overtime, and Long County's been on a roll. So, and then you had the Wildcat battle. Camden County was supposed to take on Richmond Hill. That's pushed back. So, a lot of things are pushed back. But like you said, safety first. What goes into it is the safety of the students, safety of the family, safety of the community before we play football. And John, you've been doing this a long time like I have. Sports takes our mind away from these tragic or horrific things that go on in our life. But it'll get back to it, and people will be safe, and we'll be back to normalcy, and we'll see how it goes. But I know you got to go kick the ball with the Atlanta United. Appreciate it.
We'll get back to you when it gets to season 3. Always great talking to you. Keep it going.
Be well, my friend. We'll see you soon.
Appreciate it.
All right.
And tell Patty, I know it's Georgia this weekend. So, Jon Nelson, the man's been doing this for a long time. He knows what he's talking about. Like I said, he's the voice of Georgia high school football. He does a great job on the show on Friday nights. And then, of course, the game of the week, football, Friday night football in Georgia. Just a great guy, and he'll give you what's going on. All right. Other than that, I'm going to take a break. I got to thank my sponsors. I got to get that in here one more time. Then I'll come back in 2 minutes to round up the show. So stay tuned. You'll listen to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. Be back in 3.
Hey, sports fans, looking for the ultimate sports and entertainment destination in Savannah, Georgia? Look no further than Coach's Corner. At Coach's Corner, you'll find everything you need for a great time, including TVs everywhere so you can catch all the latest sporting events, an outdoor seating area, perfect for enjoying a drink or a meal on a warm day, a wide array of drink options from beers to cocktails, a comprehensive sports schedule so you can cheer on your favorite teams year-round, prompt service even when it's crowded, a fun and lively atmosphere perfect for letting loose with your friends, and of course, delicious food, from famous chicken wings, hamburgers to delectable calzones and pizzas. Coach's Corner menu is sure to satisfy your cravings. In addition to all this, Coach's Corner also features an upgraded sound garden. Now, more seats, more bars, and an upgraded sound system. It's the perfect spot for hundreds of fans to gather and enjoy the latest local bands, tribute acts, and rising stars. So what are you waiting for? Join us at Coach's Corner for the ultimate sports, music, and culinary experience. Coach's Corner can't wait to see you soon. Remember, Coach's Corner is located at 3016 Victory Drive, right in Thunderbolt, Georgia, and on the World Wide Web at coaches.net. Remember, Coach's Corner, where every day is game day.
Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary Day School, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ at Calvary Day School. We would consider it a privilege to meet with you and your family personally. Call Alicia Bain, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
Yo, you still want some real New York Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road, Tuesday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., serving breakfast and lunch right here in Savannah, Georgia. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering has been serving the public for over 3 years. Now, if you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered to your door, go online to SavannahTakeout.com or DoorDash.com, or just pick up the phone and call 912-354-2914. That's right, 912-354-2914. Kabish, and remember, we ain't New York style. We are New York at Rocky's New York Deli and Italian
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room. If you can, at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And welcome back to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network on the Soundgarden stage at Coach's Corner on Victory Drive in Thunderbolt. The TP is up. It's going to be finalized hopefully tomorrow. 36 feet tall. Not going to have a scaffolding where you got to go up to the top of that roof, but now it's 36 feet tall. Jon Henderson, just simply amazing. What Jon Henderson did last weekend to get that Georgia game up for the people in the community, you got to thank the guy. You got to thank the guy. And I know he did it with short staff, and he had to do what he had to do. Him and Adele, just they're community people, and you got to thank the guy. He just doesn't stop. I mean, he's probably, and I just saw him walk here, he's physically exhausted, but they got the TP up because it's a tradition here at Coach's Corner to put the TP up when the Braves make the playoffs. And hopefully they'll do that tonight. They lost 4-0 last night. They got Max Fried going tonight. Chris Sale's Triple Crown pitcher winner, wins, strikeouts, ERA, but back spasm. So he's not taking the hill. And you know what? Let's just get till tomorrow and see what happens. So I'm happy about it. Like I said, this week's schedule, high school football schedule is in a shambles. Okay, not to neglect the ladies or cross country, okay? Softball has pushed their ending date. It was supposed to be October 10th to October 12th. I know Effingham's playing the region tournament this week. So hopefully they'll get most of it in. Volleyball, they say they don't need to push back the date, so it's October 10th. Okay, cross country goes to the end of the month. All right, so those sports are going to get it in, but they had to move the football back because of the last 2 weeks with, I think, only 25 games played in the state the last 2 weeks. This is happening here this weekend here in the Savannah area. Okay, we'll start with the Georgia high school teams. Okay, Tift County is coming to play Richmond Hill. That was supposed to be last week. It's this week. Okay, 7 o'clock at the Hill. Postponed, Brunswick at Bradwell, South Effingham at Greenbrier, Ware County at New Hampstead, Beach at Islands, Calvary at Long, Groves at Southeast Bullock, Windsor at Jenkins, Liberty County at Johnson. Games that are going to be played, and Savannah High at ECI, okay, Emmanuel County Institute. The games that are going to be played, okay, we said Tift County's at Richmond Hill, Benedictine will go to Warner Robins, Savannah Christian will be at Savannah Country Day, Bryan County will travel to Screven, St. Angels will host Harvest Community at 7 p.m. Memorial Day School, playing 8-male football, will go on the road to Crispa County. And Bethesda will host Buford Academy over at Daffin Park. Okay, and then on Saturday, our other 8-man football team, Coastal Homeschool, was supposed to play home at Henderson Park in Richmond Hill, but that's been flip-flopped. They're going to go to Columbia to play the Carolina Wildcats in 8-man football. So that's the schedule in a nutshell. It's just crazy. Volleyball, I know region tournaments will be next week. It's got to be done by the 10th, so hopefully they'll squeeze everything in, and we'll see what happens. But just to let you know that they did accommodate softball. They added 2 extra days. Volleyball, Georgia High School said they didn't need it. And, of course, cross-country is still on track or on the course to do what they got to do. All right. Other than that, just talked to my last guest, Jon Nelson from Georgia Public Broadcasting Sports Department. Football Friday nights. Does a great job. Him and Hannah Gooden, check it out. But the first priority is safety. We knew there was a lot of power. I think there's still power out here in Savannah, Georgia, down by Isle of Hope and Ferguson Avenue. Wilmington Island still some places don't have power. So it's been kind of hectic. But like we said, safety first, okay? And then the kids got to get to school. Parents got to make sure if they're going back to work, who's watching the kids. There's just so much that goes into it. And, you got to say, the prayers to help people out. If you can help somebody else, help them out. Let them come over to the house, take a shower. They need water, whatever you got to do. Let's stick together. We need to stick together to deal with this storm that came up all of a sudden through the Gulf and knocked out a lot of towns in good old Georgia. So, but that's what's going on this Friday night. So, and of course, in this worldwide world, the wacky stuff that's going over in the Mideast, you got to say a prayer for everything that's going on. And hopefully sports will take your mind away from that for a short period of time. And then you got to go back to reality and you got to deal with life. But hopefully we've done that and the sports shows have done that. Don't forget, I know I'm told that I got to keep on plugging this. So if you can, subscribe to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report YouTube channel. PrepSportsReport.com website has a bunch of stories that we've been trying to follow with the football, with the hurricane, with volleyball, softball. So check it out. That's every week we have softball athletes of the week. We have volleyball athletes of the week. Dennis Knight, the Savannah Morning News, takes care of the football. So check it out. If you got a nomination, go to PrepSportsReport.com. Go to the softball story or volleyball story. There's a nomination link there. Nominate your athlete who you think deserves being Player of the Week. Donato sponsors the girls volleyball. And, of course, John Carr, Seaport Real Estate, sponsors the softball. Coming up soon, we're going to start the Grassi Roofing Player of the Week. Okay, flag football starts. So Grassi Roofing sponsors that for the Prep Sports Report. And then all our football stories are sponsored by Optum Orthopedics, because they want to get you back in the game, but they want to get the news out there about our kids, what's going on here in Savannah. So, as I say every Wednesday night, whatever you're doing today or tomorrow, may you hit it out of the park. God bless. Be safe. Until I speak to you next week, may it be your best week ever. Help somebody out. Talk to you next week. If you want the schedule, go to the PrepSportsReport.com of football.